Hey guys, thanks for jumping on. I just thought I'd do a quick video on the difference between your soulmate, your twin flame, and your karmic connections. I haven't really had a chance to properly introduce myself on the page, but my name is Maria and I'm a psychic Reiki master. I run my own business full time, and one of my mantras and I guess one of the things that I um, go by or live by is truth, and that applies to all areas of my life, and particularly with my clients. So I know that the clients that are sent to me are ones that are ready to hear the truth and that want to hear the truth, and it's one of the things that they love about me. So it's something that they say all the time. You know, I know I always get the truth when I come to you, so I don't fluff in my readings. And I guess that's something that I always I value as well, the truth. So no matter how harsh it is or how much you don't want to hear it, I prefer the truth. I'm a Cappy. I'm very grounded. So that's how I roll, and that's how I conduct all of my sessions. I believe that truth is pivotal for all your connections, but it's very pivotal in the line of work that I do, because you need to be able to present the truth to somebody for them to have self-awareness, and people need to be able to hear the truth to be able to have self-awareness and change. So I just wanted to give you that little intro. One of the things that I've noticed since reading on YouTube, and obviously I've had a look at other readers, and there's some amazing readers out there who have different skill sets and are very unique and bring different things to the table, and that's one thing that I love and value as well. But there is something that I have come across that I wanted to share with you guys. It's about the whole twin flame thing, right? For those of you that don't know, the twin flame connection is something that is very sacred. It is pretty much, we all have a soul. So if you picture your soul, your higher self, which is one entity or one ball of energy, if you like, connected to the whole, right? And the theory behind twin flames is that the one soul is split into two, and it is then reincarnated into two different bodies. So one soul split into two. What happens is most times twin flames don't reincarnate together in the same lifetime. Generally, one will stay back and guide the other on their earthly journey. Since, or as of late, with the things that are happening in the world, and the ascensions that have been happening and the changes that are being incorporated, more and more twin flames are being sent together in different bodies, reincarnating in the same lifetime, and their purpose is to come together and bring through their journey unconditional love and wholeness within on the earthly plane. Okay, so there are more and more twin flames that are reincarnating together. Now, the twin flame journey, there are some key things behind the twin flame journey that will be really prevalent and relevant in the connection that you don't have in a soul contract or in a soul connection or a karmic connection. Twin flame connection, there are a lot of crazy things that happen between it, between two people, such as astral travel. They're generally able to telepathically communicate. There is some shifts within the body that happen between the two of them, even with intimacy and stuff like that. It is a whole different experience to your soulmates. There's literally a physical shift that happens energetically. So things such as the whole body convulses, there's shaking, because it causes a kundalini rising, or triggers kundalini rising. There is lots of different coincidences within the connection. There's generally big age gaps, and a lot of other really trippy things that happen that you can research, right, that are out of this world and unexplainable. Now, the thing is, it sounds really romantic to have a twin flame, and it is. It's the other half of your soul. They're literally made up of the same blueprint that you are. So the connection is beyond anything that you can ever experience, completely out of this world. But as much as that sounds amazing, and it is when you have two twins that come into union, it is generally a long, drawn out process with many years difference between the initial connection and coming into union, there is a lot of shadow work that needs to be done between two souls independently and on their own. There is a lot of pain when you're not in your twin's presence, especially after connecting with them in the physical. The pain is literally physical. You literally can't move. You miss them. It's like finding home and then being disconnected from it. So it's by all means not an easy journey. It is one of a lot of pain, and the reason for it is that you're shedding a lot of the ego, and it happens quite rapidly, and people run from those sort of things. Okay, so it's very intense, and I know a lot of twin flames wish that they weren't in the journey because it is so painful. There's generally a lot of blockages between the two souls, such as age, race, a lot of things that come in the way. Okay, so it can happen definitely, but it's very rare that two twins come into union in the same lifetime. Generally they come in to trigger the healing and then they go off. Okay, also if you have had a twin flame pass away, that also you can experience the death with them on a physical level. If that's, I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, it's very hard to explain, but it's a very trippy connection, and it's not something that, I know a lot of twin flames, it's not something you would wish on anyone, the disconnect. Okay, so there are twins that go 10, 11 years, 12 years, 20 years without speaking to one another because they've had to go off on their own soul paths and journeys. So it's a rare connection, and it's not one that is easy by any means. Then you have your soulmates, which are your family members, your friends, your co-workers, anyone that comes into your life that you have some sort of connection with to help you grow and evolve. They're generally pretty harmonious, the soulmate connections. There's always going to be some stuff that we mirror to each other to bring up for healing, but they are generally harmonious connections. Which if you've got deep karma with the soulmate, then it can be harder, the soulmate connection. Then we have karmic soulmates, which are there to generally, they're not meant to stick around for a lifetime. They come in to teach us a lesson. This is like your exes, your friends that you disconnect from. Their purpose is to come in, as I said, clear karma. Okay, if you're looking for a lifetime partner, the type of connection that you're wanting is a soulmate connection. That's something that, again, it brings you challenge each other, you grow, but it's quite harmonious. Okay, or you're looking for your divine connection or divine counterpart. That connection is also a very spiritual connection, a very loving connection. It's very intense. There is a lot of push and pull initially between the two souls before they come into union, but it is not a twin flame connection. It's very different. Okay, so it's very hard to pick up a twin flame connection in a reading unless you are yourself a twin flame. So generally, if you are a twin flame, you'll know it with every ounce of your being because of the crazy things that have happened between you and your twin after meeting, out of body experiences and so forth. And your psychics are not really able to give you in-depth answers about certain things because they're not on that frequency, right? The other thing is, I'd be very, calling out a twin flame connection on a general reading on YouTube is dangerous because you're putting that into somebody's head and they may not be a twin. Now, if you're a twin flame, you know it with every ounce of your being, okay? But there are things that are being called out like Four of Wands, which I'll try and bring the card up for those of you that don't know. Four of Wands, that's the 1111 card, twin flames. Four of Wands is about stability. It's about reaching a certain level in your life. They call it the marriage card because you've reached one point in your connection and you're going to the next level. So it doesn't necessarily mean marriage. It can come up when you're seeing somebody and it becomes exclusive. That's the Four of Wands. You guys have reached a certain level of stability together and it's a time of celebration and time to go into the next stage. But when we throw out things like Four of Wands, 1111, twin flame, that's a very dangerous thing to be able to put up to someone. And then someone believes that they're in a twin flame connection when they may not possibly be in a twin flame connection. And then they're they believe that they're destined to be with this person, and they hold on to pain, and they hold on to sometimes abusive connections where they're stuck and they feel like, well, this is my person, this is the other half of my soul. It's a dangerous thing to be putting out on a general reading, okay? If I was to look, if you guys are looking and you hear in one of your general readings that this could be your twin flame, and people are calling out 4 of Wands, 1111, it's going to take a lot more than that to be able to pick up a twin flame in your connection. If you're looking at the general readings, then the kind of things that I would possibly keep an eye out, and again, it's a general reading, you can't really tell if somebody's a twin flame through a general reading, is I would be looking for cards such as, I'll bring them up for you. I would be looking at stuff like this. The Lovers, not on its own. The World card. I'd be looking at all majors for starters, and possibly the Two of Cups. The Justice card, I'd go the Hierophant and the High Priestess. That is the only way on a general reading that I would call out twin flame. And even then, I probably wouldn't do it. If it was a personal reading, different story. But they're major arcanas for starters, which means it's universal. It's something bigger than you or me. It is with the Lovers and the Justice. It's very it's divinely, it's through the divine, okay? And with the High Priestess, this is also about divine and learning through the connection and so forth. But I just wanted to put that out there because I've seen it thrown around heaps, and I read for clients that come to me and I'm like, yep, this person, this person's my twin flame, and it's not their twin flame. They're just feel very connected with someone, and it can be confusing, and then they feel like they're tied to this person, and they hold their life off from finding love and from finding a soulmate, and waste time on a connection that they think is something is not. So just to let you know, if you are a twin flame, you're not meant to be holding off from other connections anyway. If you may have karma that you need to clear. Remember, we spoke about the journey to coming together into unity with your twin flame. You are meant to go out when you are not together or not in union. There is other karma. You guys separating for a reason. It's to clear karma. How do we clear karma? How do we heal? It's through our connections with others, our relationships with others. Their main purpose is to serve us to be able to learn about ourselves and evolve through whatever karma needs to be cleared between them. So I just wanted to put that out. Again, I'm not here to tell you what your connection is, or to tell you that you are or you're not a twin flame. That is, that you will know that within yourself, and by the way the connections feel and so forth. But I just wanted to drop some knowledge on it, so that for those of you that are wondering, am I or aren't I, or what is this whole twin flame thing, and I just don't want anybody to feel like they're tied to a particular person, and that they're supposed to sit around and wait for that person, because you're definitely not supposed to do that. If you're not in harmony with somebody and a connection's not working, we're not meant to wait for anybody. We're supposed to do the work on our own in the meantime, if we're meant to reconnect with that person, or we're meant to not be with that person. It really just depends on what the soul contract is, or the contract between you. So I just thought I would put that out. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all very soon with the weekly love readings. Namaste.